The sun is out, it is getting hot in here. Fog Wrestling are absolutely melting away. We are approaching the summer, but more importantly, WWE is approaching Summerslam, and they have some big plans, especially involving NXT. Yes, guys, we're back on the channel today to talk about NXT, and I feel like over the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about NXT a hell of a lot here on Fog Wrestling.
Can't wait to talk about it some more. Let's get into our summer close and discuss it.
No, but I feel like there's been NXT reviews, I feel like there's been NXT call-ups, there's been big title matches on NXT, there's been people appearing on NXT that shouldn't be appearing. I just feel like there's been a lot happening on NXT recently.
Oh yeah, absolutely insane. Can't wait for it. We talked about the rap.
I wouldn't say it's insane, like, but you know, I would just say there's a heavy volume of NXT.
You know what, right? I actually don't mind talking about NXT. I couldn't do this with AEW.
AEW, man. But anyway, we do need to talk about NXT because there's a lot of important stuff happening. So, Boozer on Twitter, aka Better Wrestling Experience, hashtag BWE. Shout out to whoever this jabroni is. But he's been leaking plans for WWE television in recent weeks, and he's one of these guys on Twitter that obviously has some sort of connection backstage.
And his saddest fucking is no life. Yep, I know the guy.
Yep, because a lot of the things this guy tweets, you know, they tend to come true. So he was tweeting about WWE's plans in the summer for NXT, and he noted that there would be a lot of roster movement taking place, and fans should, quote, expect to see names go around until they balance every brand, end of quote. So this guy's basically saying, like, over the next couple of months, we're going to see a lot of roster movement. We're going to see a lot of people appearing on different brands. And I just can't help think every time I see something like this, it's like, what happened to the brand split?
Exactly. That's at the window. But I said that. I said the brand split was practically just a big hype-up show for 2 shows. That's all it is.
And people are saying the brand split's not dead. The brand split's still alive. Like you said, the brand split's just a cheap attempt, in my opinion, to get a rating.
That's it.
Night 1, night 2, after that. I mean, the first fucking week the brand split was over.
I'm not sick about that. It's not, that's, you could argue that's why they don't even put effort into it, because they know it's a false dawn.
Yeah, that could be true. Like, that's probably why the last couple have been absolutely garbage. They're thinking, hold on, there's no point us taking this serious. There's no point us having, you know, a big serious draft with GMs and making it as if we're picking for life and death here when we know that we're going to break it next week anyway. So that could be the case. This guy on Twitter noted that a few NXT talents will jump to the main roster soon. And again, like, if that's the case, why didn't they fucking move in the brand split? Because we've seen lots of people in NXT get called up.
Yeah, so why not do that?
So why not do it then? Why are we going to do it, like, after the draft? Why are we going to do it, like, 2 months after the draft? It just makes no sense.
The Marks will blame Finney Mac, though, won't they?
Oh, McMahon's back. He's changing things. Well, you know, he's not changing enough, in my opinion. Wrestling still sucks. Apparently, though, names such as Braun Breaker and Eli Dragunov will have their time in NXT before making the move. So, have their time. What does that necessarily mean? It means what?
The title?
I'm not too sure. But I think Braun Breaker should have been called up in the draft. And this Eli Dragunov guy, he was getting touted as a draft pick as well.
Yeah, like, why would they call up JD McBobblehead and not
Odyssey Jones? What's that Odyssey Jones guy done, by the way?
I don't
even think we've seen him on Raw.
I was about to say, I don't know who it is.
Fuck off. You don't know who he is?
No.
Odyssey Jones.
I know the name, but I don't know who he is. Is he black?
Aye.
I saw him over there.
Well, there you go. And I think the main thing is that this Twitter account reported, probably the most interesting thing about this video, is that, quote, discussions going around to have 2 NXT title matches involved at either SummerSlam or during SummerSlam week. End of quote. So that's pretty interesting because NXT do not have a premium live event on the weekend of SummerSlam. So if there is going to be NXT title matches involved at SummerSlam or during the week of SummerSlam, does that mean that they're going to be on Raw? Does that mean that they're going to be on SmackDown? Because surely if NXT are just having NXT title matches on NXT, that wouldn't be newsworthy. That wouldn't be worth talking about.
No, surely it wouldn't.
Now, the fact that he says there's going to be NXT titles involved in SummerSlam or during the SummerSlam week would make me think if it's not going to be on SummerSlam, it will at least be on either Raw or SmackDown, maybe in the go-home show. for SummerSlam to try and get people more interested. And those title matches are apparently going to be the NXT Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. So, I mean, I don't think I have any real issue with that. Because, like, SummerSlam, you know what? See, going forward, I would not mind if, like, the big 4 pay-per-views had one NXT match on it. That wouldn't bother me.
I think it would be quite... I would actually add something.
I personally wouldn't go with 2. Because I think...
I would just go with the world title.
I would go with the world title. Or if they want to switch it up, have the world title on one, then the women's on the next.
Aye, something like that.
I wouldn't have 2. I think once you've got 2, and then the possibility of having like 3 women's title matches on a show is
overkill.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm all for having NXT titles, but I know NXT do have their own shows. So I know maybe WrestleMania it's not possible because they have Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
But I think on like for SummerSlam,
anytime they don't have
or a
show,
Royal Rumble,
aye, they should.
When they don't have a premium live event on that weekend, then I've no real issues with one NXT match taking place on the WWE pay-per-view, because at the end of the day, I mean, it is all under the same brand, it is the same company. We get NXT guys turning up on Raw and SmackDown. We've seen all these free agents go to NXT. If they can appear on each show, then, you know, why can't NXT have a title match on the big show? And if anything, I think it would help elevate NXT. I mean, you probably get people like that will watch the big pay-per-views that don't watch NXT, so therefore by showcasing one NXT match on a SummerSlam, it might, if the match is good, they might go, fuck, I want to check that out. What's that guy on? He's on NXT, I'm going to watch that next week. It could have an effect like that, I believe.
No, it could, exactly, but at the same time it could spoil people like from when they're debuting. So your deal?
I don't think they care about that, do they?
No, they don't. I'm just talking about it. Come on. Do the math.
But we've already seen Braun Breaker on Raw, mate, last year.
True. But again, I don't understand why they did that. They actually called him up. What? They lose to Dolph Ziggler?
No, he beat Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, same print, and then Dolph Ziggler beat him.
Alright, well, he won, basically. He won the fucking feud.
Aye, but it's a load of pish. He
Ziggler
won the feud. Dolph Ziggler shouldn't be beating anybody.
Right. Why are you hating on Dolph Ziggler?
He's fucking pish, that's why.
He's a free agent. Give him some love. He can beat anybody on any brand he wants.
Aye, dead on.
Anyway, guys, that's it. This video's done. This video's dusted. Heat's killing us here. Let us know where you live. Maybe not let us know where you live exactly, but let us know.
What's our fucking suggestions, that?
Let us know if it's hot where you live, man. Is the heat overkill? Is the sun destroying you here?
Here comes the summer sun.
The sun's destroying you like rampant. The sun is destroying us.
Fucking destroyed your brain cells, mate.
Melted. The sun is destroying us like rampage ratings. That's what I was trying to say. But anyway, that's it. It's too fucking warm for this shit, guys. If you don't see any videos over the next couple of days, either we've died, we've just melted into the oblivion, or it's too warm and our computers are broke.
Could be that.
Right, the Xbox actually broke earlier, so maybe the heat is affecting us.
The heat is on.
We'll get the fans out, for God's sake. Well, we won't get any at Rampage or Impact because they don't have any. But anywhere we've got fans, get them out because we need to apply them to our laptops. Anyway, guys, that's it. This video's dragged on way too long. Catch you in the next one. Peace.